Should you back Homeworld Fleet Command? Yes, but I won't be. Before I tell you why, my name is Sam, this is Should You Back It, and I'm here to help you crowdfund with confidence. Homeworld Fleet Command is a competitive tactical miniatures board game for 1 to 4 players that'll take you about 30 to 60 minutes to play. The core pledge will set you back £75 and is currently estimated to deliver in August of 2023, so this year. In the game, you'll pick a scenario to play. There are 10 included in the core game box, as well as instructions on how to create your own scenarios too, and you'll win the game by completing objectives or by defeating your opponent. Now, some objectives will be shared to an extent, and what I mean by that is that by completing certain objectives, it may mean that your opponent cannot complete some of theirs, which I like. Now, this is a competitive game, and things like this help drive gameplay and add to the competitive nature of the game as well. There are 2 factions in the core game box. You can add more with expansions, and players will roll for initiative every round to determine who goes first that round. You'll then play cards to activate units. That's a very brief and crass overview of what the game is, but let's look at the company behind it, Modiphius Entertainment. Now, before I go any further and give my risk assessment in this company, I do want to say that I do have a pre-existing relationship with Modiphius. I cover their miniature games in other spaces. They recently sent me a copy of the Skyrim Adventure board game, and while my experience as a customer and as a collaborator over the past couple of years has given me a good insight into the company, I do also want to state that for the sake of transparency. If I'm counting correctly, this is Modiphius's 10th crowdfunding campaign. They had Skyrim on GameFound, there are 8 campaigns under the Kickstarter account they're running Homeworld on, and there was also one campaign that Modiphius was involved with Cabinet Entertainment, where they approached them to create the Siege of the Citadel board game. Now, I want to talk about this campaign first because it'll be the biggest red flag if you search for Modiphius and crowdfunding because of how badly the campaign went. The game was supposed to be delivered in 2016 and ended up arriving to backers late 2021, almost 6 years after it was meant to. Some people online will tell you that because of this, you should steer clear of Modiphius and that their ability to run a campaign and deliver is abysmal, and I don't agree with this at all. I'm sure I could do a deep dive explanation on this at another time, but since then, Modiphius have ran a number of campaigns from RPGs to other board games like Kung Fu Panda, and most recently the Skyrim Adventure board game. Kung Fu Panda shipped 6 months late, which is pretty standard in the crowdfunding space in my experience, and the Skyrim board game has just shipped to backers too, with little to no issues that I've seen. I think Siege of the Citadel was an anomaly, and the company has definitely learned from it and grown. There are people who will write them off as a company because of it, and that is totally their right to do that, and I don't want to devalue their feelings in that, but for me they get a green light from a risk assessment point of view. I think your game may be a month or so delayed, but you will get it. So why am I not backing this game but recommending that you should? Well, put frankly, this just isn't a game that I feel I would play enough. Homeworld Fleet Command seems perfectly poised to click with people who either are fans of the video game it's based on or who enjoy playing games like X-Wing. I've not played or have strong feelings about either of those games, and while I do enjoy strategy games and miniature skirmish games, this one just doesn't really connect with me. It's the kind of game I would see myself playing maybe a couple of times, but maybe not getting to the table a great amount. But that's just me. I think if you are a fan of games like X-Wing, or you are looking for quite a contained strategy skirmish game, I think this is a great contender. It very much feels like a game that's easy to play and difficult to master, and one of the main reasons to go in for the Kickstarter is that this version of the base game and expansions that you're getting here will be different than the version that goes to retail. Now, I'm not sure how different the retail version will be, and that would have been helpful information to have right there on the campaign page, but there you go. As always though, this is just my recommendation, but hopefully you feel a little bit more informed. If you have found it helpful, I would love it if you could hit the subscribe button. I'm a new channel trying to cover the games I think you're interested in, and your support really does help.